Today's adventure brings us to Atlanta, Georgia, in the area of the Centennial Olympic Park. And before you think about running through those water effects, caution, interact with the fountain at your own risk. Could be very slippery. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. We'll be diving deep into an empire, a beverage conglomeration that needs no introduction. It's right over my shoulder. Just reach out. Just reach out and grab it. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? They've got their food scurrying to and fro with their meal. You might need a little something to wet your whistle down. You chow down on those clumps of whatever those are. But you can't be too picky here in this courtyard because only one company's products are available. The World of Coca Cola awaits. Looks pretty cool with the sun glistening through those leaves. This is located about a half mile from the headquarters, which you can see peeking up over there near the power lines to the right. With every downtown area, there's always plenty of noises to add to the ambiance. Do not let that deter you from paying attention to the large bottle on the rooftop, or the huge cap there at ground level. This is the man we have to thank for all those icy cold drinks we've consumed over the years. Dr. John S. Pemberton, invented back in 1886, and this place is named in his honor. Thanks, big guy. Even though he is the strong, silent type, he's very kind and giving. He's got an extra cup there for anyone who wants to partake. Oversized penmanship has taken place here on the side of the building. Just waiting for it to open. Gotta be patient though. Don't watch the clock. They say a watch hot never boils. Thankfully this isn't a pot, it's a clock. One of the first ones here. First ones here. It's time. Oh yes, it's time. These doors should open. Fog up. It worked.
There are only 2 countries in the world in which we do not distribute our products. Any guesses as to what those 2 countries are?
North Korea.
There it is, North Korea. That is correct. That is one of the 2. I'll give you a hint on the second. It is an island just south of the United States. So we are here for one reason and one reason alone. That is our shared love of Coca-Cola. I often say Coca-Cola like that because I work here. He was a pharmacist who served his first Coca-Cola here in Atlanta on May 8th of 1886. Oohs and ahs are appropriate.
Ooh. Ah.
Yeah. The way that bad boy worked was you filled the top with 1 gallon of the Coca-Cola secret formula. Back in 1972, you could get your own pair of these for the cool Coca-Cola price of just $2.98. These are what we call festoons. Can everyone say festoon?
Festoon.
Man, that's a fun way. That cheerleader is Wendy. Everybody say, hey, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Yeah. Also, recycling bins to my left and right, they're once again posted at the back of the theater for your convenience. At the conclusion of the film, you all will be on your own.
They handed me this.
Time here is mostly
No complaints.
But I'll tell you more about
Gotta
that
love
in the
some
next
new
film.
Coke action.
Once again,
Old retro.
I'm
Wow, here's a throwback. Remember the Mean Joe Green promotional material? Whoa, the vault is wide open. I'm gonna go check out the secret ingredient I've always wanted to know.
So you're going to have this entire exhibit and all of the other exhibits all to yourself because you're the 3rd person to come through the door.
I like that. They say the early bird gets the worm. Maybe I'll get the secret formula.
No, you will not get the secret formula. But you will get very close to it. We're going to do our best to make sure you don't see it, but we'll get you close to it.
All right, I'm going in.
Have fun, sir.
The magic formula is within reach. Totally within reach. Just 3 weeks after its debut, this ad appeared in the Atlanta Journal. Can I create the perfectly balanced taste? Now I do know the meaning of tart and sweet and spicy and mild, but what exactly does silky taste like? Full on, well, I can't go full on. That's as silky as it gets right there. That's as silky as it gets. Notice how it was once referred to as the most refreshing drink in the world. Back in 1888, Asa Griggs Candler decided to buy shares in the company. 3 years later, he was the sole owner, paid $2,300 to acquire the rights to the formula. Not bad. Shipped in red oak barrels by a horse-drawn carriage, the customers would know it was on its way by the clip-clop of the feet. The silhouette on this wall is telling the story, not only written out, but also some ghost-like creatures from the past telling us how it was done. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. There will always be imposters. However, I'm not sure how celery cola would go down. Even a $500 reward was offered for information of those who were bottling it under the incorrect name. Okay, is it real? It's imposter. That's an imposter. Got some magic flirting around in there. What's happening? It's lots of fizzing. I was just drinking some of this. Is it a clever ploy or a marketing mistake? Security cameras everywhere. They don't want this information getting out. Secret formula security system. Get bubbleized. Be part of the secret. Oh, I'm being bubbleized. Look, I'm part of the fizz. I'm part of the fizz. I'm waving now. I'm waving through the bubbles. I'm waving through the bubbles. I'm part of the fizz.
The secret is near.
What?
Go ahead. Drink it in.
Whoa. There it is.
The secret formula for Coca-Cola is here.
This is the vault where we keep the only handwritten copy of the secret formula for Coca-Cola inside.
Oh, I got too close. Whoa. Got too close.
This one now, because it's a special one.
So you have to open up the lock.
Open up the lock. Being with the Coca-Cola company, we do sponsor the Olympic Games. We are actually the longest running sponsor of the Olympic Games since the 1928 Amsterdam Games. And we do sponsor the Olympic torch relay. Now, a lot of people like to ask us, do we design the torches? We do not. But what we do is we supply them to the runners. When they're doing the relay, they're not passing torch next to but pass the flame. So this one's my all-time favorite one, and not just because I'm from Atlanta, but it's going to be the Atlanta torch in 1996. Gold is mined here in Georgia. The wood is from a pecan tree, because pecan trees are native trees of Georgia. Your handle's actually in the center. Most of your other torches, your handle's going to be a little bit more towards the bottom. Now, the reason why they did that, the last person that first started against was Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer. Having Parkinson's disease, tongue's kind of shaking a lot. They put the handle in the center and easier grip and easier balance.
Hey, hold it?
Yeah, sure, right.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Now, what's unique about the London torch, the shape is in the shape of a triangle to represent United Kingdom hosting the games 3 times. Also, the inner and the outer circles, total of 8,000 circles to represent the 8,000 runners that participated in that relay.
So you would just hold this anywhere.
Yeah.
There's not really a handle.
And a run around about like 5 to 10 minutes or so. It's like less than a mile.
Does it get pretty warm when you're holding it down here at this end? Or is it
Probably
just...
not that warm, since the tank of kerosene, like a gasoline, will be kept at the top right over here. Now, what's unique about the Beijing torch, the way that the Chinese people like to hold each other's hands is they like to hold each other's by the wrist. So when you're holding the Beijing torch, holding by like the inlet of the wrist, kind of like right
So
over
you
here.
just slide it down a little?
Yeah, so right there, yeah.
Okay, so you grip it there.
Yep. So this one is our Salt Lake City torch.
It says, light the fire within. Salt Lake City, 2002. Holding the torch.
We'll be sponsoring the games until the 2032 Olympic Games, which makes it 104 years that Coca-Cola's been sponsoring the Olympic Games.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for sharing all the information.
My pleasure, yeah.
And letting me hold those.
Yeah, sure, no problem. You have a great day.
Can't believe this is happening. It's not every day I get to meet an animal that enjoys, tipping back an icy cold Coca-Cola. You're a bear after my own heart. How many do you drink a day? How many would you say total you drink a day? 5? That's a lot. You're never thirsty, ever. Oh, you're delicious, right? You're taller than me. Oh, you're gonna bite. Oh, I'm not a Coke. Don't try to like pop. There's no bottle top up here. There's Pemberton tinkering with the formula, getting that new soft drink all in order. I've seen a lot of paraphernalia in my day, but that might be the first cola kite I've ever seen. Behind the soda fountain counter, service with a smile. Back in this era, bottles were only a nickel, just 5 cents. Check it out, back in the early 1900s, they even produced and distributed some chewing gum. Also around that time, there was something called a decorative fob that was attached to pocket watches. That's a word you don't use too often anymore. A fob. Some sheet music for a song called The Palms. You would mail off for this. I wonder what she's thinking. She's got like a devilish grin in that side view look is staring at me. After a while, horse and carriages were not needed anymore and automobiles came into the picture. Like this 1939 Chevrolet panel van. Certainly diving into history head first. I love all this old stuff. Some serious Americana. Now that is quite the picnic. That's a lot of food. Retro vending machines. That's even some nozzles coming out of that barrel, just fountain it out right from the barrel. The sound of refreshment. Let me open the door, close it, step back and see if we can hear the noises. Okay, that's a good noise. That one not so good. Sign overload. Signs. Everywhere is signs. A ping pong set. Compliments of the company. Table tennis. That's another word for it. Gone through a lot of slogans through their history. One of them, you can't beat the pause that refreshes. This really makes me want to drink a Fanta. Look how happy he is riding down the river in an inner tube. Doesn't just have one, he's got 2. Come on, share one of those. From 1982 to 1989, they owned Columbia Pictures. This is the Academy Award for Gandhi. Plenty of drink choices from around the world. I'm gonna get to try some of these a little bit later at the end of the tour. This is where the magic happens, or at least a demonstration of how it all works. Check out that little mechanism moving the bottles over to the conveyor belt. There they go, slowly going by, making their way to be filled. That is pretty dang cool. You can see them being filled back in there, going to and fro. They're coming out. Pretty neat.
You will open one of these, take a sip, squish it in your mouth for a few seconds, and then you either swallow it or you can spit it out. Well, the reason it's the most essential test in the lab is because, well, we want to ensure that all of our finished beverages are quality and top standards before they leave any of our bottling plants.
He's got his own little habitat down there, so he feels right at home. Around the perimeter are some very decorated items looking out or in, depending on which way you perceive it. Even a topiary version awaits outside in that little courtyard area, made of grass and foliage. Oh dang, a movable walking vending machine of the toy persuasion. That is cool. A Max Headroom mask would be pretty fantastic to own. Maybe Santa can bring me one year, if I'm a good boy. All right, it's time to do a little tasting. Well, not a little, a lot. Definitely got to try this one. Thumbs up. Not bad. What is that? Delaware Punch from Honduras. I haven't had this in a while. Can't give you a tab unless you order something. Barks Red Cream Soda. Don't mind if I do. Bebo Candy. Oh yeah, get in there. Very, very pineapple-y. It's good though. Apple Kiwi. Yeah, no. We'll try this one. Oh, I spilled a little. Ugh, not good. Need something else to lift me up. This for sure has a little kick. That's going to do it for today. If you're new here, please subscribe. By doing so, helps keep you in the loop and up to date on future uploads here on this channel. If you enjoyed this particular episode, give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know you care. There is a bit of a nostalgia factor when I think of Coca-Cola. My grandfather used to work for the company as a truck driver, so when we go back to visit family for Christmas in Mississippi, I would go to his home, and as a youth, would go into the fridge and pull out an 8-ounce, maybe it was a 10-ounce bottle, go over to the counter, You know, thought it was the coolest thing to take that glass item and just shove it against the calendar, pop the top. I felt like the king of the world at my grandpa's house, tipping back an ice cold Coca-Cola. And he had a lot of the mementos, a lot of the stuff they have in there, the antiques. He had, you know, little stuff laying around the house. So it brings back fond memories, plus Americana at its finest. I love rural America, driving through small towns and seeing those old classic Coca-Cola signage painted on the side of bricks. So always fun to stop off at places like this. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.